What's up, Foundation? What's up, YouTube? Man, it's me, your big partner, Cartoon 5-3. Back again, story time, yeah. Oh, man. Uh, First off, hit that like and hit that subscribe button for me, man. We on our way to 100K, man. Hit that like and hit that subscribe button for me. Especially that subscribe button. If you're not subscribed to the channel, go ahead and subscribe to the channel for me. Stop tripping. But anyway, now past that. Oh man, how y'all doing, Foundation? It's a new day, sunny day. This is going to be a very hot summer in Alabama. I don't know what it's going to be in other places, but in Alabama, it's going to be a very hot summer. I got this black shirt on. Y'all probably see all these dog hairs on there. I can't really see it till I look down at it, but I know soon as I do the video and look at it, I'm gonna have cat hairs all over. Let me tune with that dirty shirt on. I mean dog hairs, man. I've been sitting there holding that little dog, man. So bump that mess. Anyway, man, back into the prison yard. Back into the prison yard, man. One thing I learned when I first came to Alabama prison: the worst form of disrespect, the worst form of disrespect that you can do to a person is slap them. Is slap them. You slap a man in the Alabama prison system, you have thoroughly disrespected him, especially if he don't do nothing back. Now, if you slap him down, wow, and okay, dude's gonna like, dang, oh man, he slapped that fool, man, oh. But now you turn around and come back and stab this fool to the floor, okay, dude's gonna understand it. They gonna like, hey man, he had no business slapping him. He had no business slapping him. And so boom, and that tripped me out when I first got here about the slap game, because I was like, man, I was different minded. You know what I'm saying? I was different minded. My mind worked on the premise that, okay, if you get the first lick, if you just walk up and tee off on me, in my mind, I'm like, shoot, I'd rather you slap me than hit. Thought I heard something. But I was saying, hold on. Okay, my bad. I had to stop for a minute. But yeah, I would, in my mind, the way it worked, I was like, I'd rather be slapped than punched. If you know what I'm saying, you dope fiend hit me and you like, wow, it's gonna sting, it's gonna hurt, it's gonna sting, but you're not finna knock me out. That's how my mind used to work. You're not finna just knock me out. You finna make me release the hounds of Hell on you. That's what you're gonna make me do. You know what I'm saying? Versus if you walk up and bow with a fist. You know what I'm saying? You finna break a jaw. You finna knock teeth out. You finna knock a person out. You finna shut eye. All type of stuff you can do if you walk up and dope fiend punch a fool with your fist, versus if you just walk up and pow, dope fiend slap them with an open hand slap. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, man, I ain't gonna do nothing but make me mad, But now you can't. But now I have seen dudes not slapped to sleep. I have seen dudes get slapped to sleep. Out, gone, you know what I'm saying? Hard slap. Especially when I started seeing this little slap fight program they be having, the sport that they got out now. So anyway, like I say, okay, but now in Alabama, you slap a man, you letting him know that you don't have no regards for him, period, whatsoever. Moving right along. Told you a story about how dude come to prison, they be a certain type way, and then years and years later, you see them down the line in different places around people who wasn't there when they first came, and they didn't turned into Ultraman. You know what I'm saying? This is a story about one of them type cats, man. One of them type dudes, man. I was in a maximum security prison in Alabama, and a dude came in. Regular, every day, a chain come in from someplace, Monday through Friday almost, So look, it was one dude. it was one dude in the middle of in the middle of the flow. He was getting into a verbal altercation with another dude over at the hot water pot, at the coffee pot. What it was about at the time, I don't know. Probably who took whose spot on the top of the coffee pot for a sandwich or something. I don't know. I don't know. But now this dude, he hadn't been in the prison no more than about a month. You know, nice sized dude too, man. This dude, he was every bit about 6'1", 6'2", you know what I'm saying, about 185, you know what I'm saying, athletic, played basketball, all that, you know what I'm saying. So a lot of times when you got a certain look, you can get away for a certain amount of time if you got a certain look. But now eventually, your number gonna be called and you're gonna have to show and prove no matter what you look like. That's just prison. That's just how prison go. But anyway, so now, like I say, he hadn't been there too long, and he getting into it with a dude at the hot water pot, and they going back and forth. Yeah, woo, 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 woo. So now the dude he get into it with is a real go getter, man. He little dude. Man, almost said his name too. I don't try not to say them names sometimes, but he couldn't have been no more than about 5'7" at the most. Might have weighed about a bill 60. You know, but he wasn't nothing to play with though. But he was calm, cool, collected. Didn't get in, didn't into nothing. So we sitting at the table as usual. Me and one of my partners, we sitting there at the table. Now the dude I'm sitting with, he one of my partners, but he wasn't no crip or nothing. He was just regular dude running around the prison. Had a lot of respect though. Didn't nobody mess with him. So we sitting there looking. So he tell me like, man, look, Toon, man, these fools getting into it at the water pot. So I'm like, yeah. So I made the statement. I say, man, shoot, it look like they finna bump. I say, man, little homie, I almost said his name again. I say, but now, little homie, he ready though, and we know how little homie get down, he's going to get that knife. But anyway, so they whoa, 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 whoa. So the little show dude tell me, say, man, I'll slap the F out of you. Who you think you talking to, punk? Who you think you talking to? So the tall dude like, man, punk, fool, and flinch like that. Man, before I know it, man, Shout Stack caught him. He came from the floor with it. Boom! You know what I'm saying? He called him like Ken and Ryu on Street Fighter. Hadouken! Boom! You cannot defeat my dragon slap. He gave the business. When he slapped old boy, man, old boy grabbed the side of his face and went to backing up. Man, you slapped me. Man, you slapped me. Now the whole day room looking. Because, boy, we looking. Like, I'm like, dang, come in, look at me. He slapped that fool like that. So my partner sitting there, he say, man, that fool ain't gonna do nothing, man. He ain't gonna do nothing. Look at him. He ready. He done slapped the fight up out of him. We call, and we would call that, you got the fight slapped about you. Dude slap you like that, bam. I done seen it, man. Dude slap you. Dude go to grabbing their head, talk about what I do, and all this so crazy, other little funny bunny questions, and won't fight. They ain't got it in them to fight now. And that's what happened to him. Man, old boy slapped this fool. Old boy turned around and went to the cell and closed the door and didn't come out for dang near 2 days. When he did come out, he was quiet as a church house mouse for about 2 more days, and then he up and moved. He moved out the block. Of course, he didn't want to be in that block no more. Showstack done slapped the blood vessels loose in his jaws. Of course, he don't want to be there. Constant source of embarrassment, So he ended up moving. Time goes on. When I say time goes on, I'm speaking on some years. About 5 or 6 years. About 5 or 6 years passed by. I had ended up getting transferred to a lower level prison. When I got to the lower level prison, I'm seeing a couple of dudes there I knew. The dude that was sitting at the table with me, the one I told you, my partner, that was sitting at the table with me the day the dude got slapped, he there. And we just so happened we in the same block. So, like, man, what's up, Toon, man? Oh, man, what's up, homie? Boom, boom, boom. Who all else up here, man? So he go to tell me who all up there. I'm like, man, I do not want to be here, man. I don't want to be here. You know what I'm saying? Wasn't no cell phones, wasn't no nothing, man. I'm like, man, bump this. Anyway, so I say about an hour go by. I say about an hour go by. I see the dude that got slapped that day, years earlier. I see him. So I tell my partner, I said, oh man, ain't that dude that you sleep in the block with us back in such and such year? He like, yeah, he up here. So I'm like, dang, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, dang. He like, oh man, he so my partner tell me, he said, man, that dude, he a whole different dude now, Tune. He a different dude. I'm like, what you mean different dude? He said, oh man, he around there slapping dudes, beating dudes up, doing all type of stuff. I'm like, for real? I'm like, him? He like, yeah, man, yeah. He's like, Tune, you know how dudes change over the years? I'm like, yeah, I guess. So, you know, I didn't pay no attention to it. About 2-3 days go by. I seen him get into it with a dude in the TV area, the tall dude. And he went crazy. Man, now, man, I'm talking about he just putting down. He like, man, I do this, I do that. Man, I boo, boo, boo. He pushing dudes, you know what I'm saying? Poking dudes in the forehead. I'm like, dang. So I'm telling my partner, I'm like, man, he's like, man, I told you. He say, but he like, Tuna, I don't get in that mess. You know what I'm saying? As long as old boy don't come at me strange, I don't pay no attention to what he doing. You know what I'm saying? He like, Tuna, you know, we done seen that whole situation happen over and over and over throughout the years. I'm like, yeah, you're right. You're right, dudes playing bad, going tough. Man, I say about 3 weeks passed by. About 3 weeks passed by. We coming back from chow. On this day, and the cold part about it, it was a chicken Sunday. And I'll tell you how they act up in the Alabama prison system on chicken Sunday. It was a chicken Sunday, and the tall dude who was running around got the whole camp scared. He got the whole block scared because he talking crazy. He lifting weights, you know, jogging. He done got bigger, you know what I'm saying? So he put on the whole facade, you know what I'm saying? He done put on the whole Iron Man suit. The fool people, you know, walk around. He done shaved all his head off his head. He bald headed, you know what I'm saying? He done kind of swole up a little bit. He, you know how to holler loud. He around here doing a whole bunch of woofing, y'all. But now, the whole 3 weeks to a month or whatever it was that I've been here, he ain't had no fight with nobody. You know what I'm saying? But now, one of the reasons was everybody was scared of him. Everybody was scared of him. Now, he was just doing this thing. Now, of course, he ain't never brought that mess my way because he know. So he ain't never tripped. So anyway, like I say, about 3 weeks to a month go by. Boom. Coming out the kitchen on Chicken Sunday, he's walking in front. It's him, my partner, me, and a couple other dudes. We leaving out the kitchen. We trying to steal. Now the prison we in now, they security is kind of tight. We trying to steal our chicken out the kitchen, take it back so we can eat it in a soup later on. We can put some together and make us a big meal later on. You know what I'm saying? So that's what we trying to do. Like I say, he going out first. Him and the police get into it about something simple. He had a cookie. Now in this prison, you cannot leave the kitchen with food, period. And you know, now a lot of dudes will be, if they get 2 cookies for dessert, they trying to leave out, they got a cookie in their mouth. They done bit it, but they holding it in their mouth, but they chewing the part they bit. Knowing that these police here are so petty, because it's a lower level prison, the police so petty that they gonna make you throw that away. They gonna make you throw it away. You know what I'm saying? I done seen dudes like, you know, suck the piece of cookie, it's gone. I done seen some dudes just throw it away. Okay, so now the police telling him, man, you can't leave out here with that cookie, man. Either swallow it or throw it away. Dude want a buck. He want to argue. He was doing all this unnecessary stuff that don't mean nothing. It don't mean nothing. Man, look, either swallow the piece of cookie or throw it away. You got the police finna go on a rampage, and we trying to get up out this kitchen with what we got, man, and you just making an unnecessary scene for nothing. About a piece of cookie, man. Lo and behold, because of his shenanigans, the police want to pat everybody down extra hard now. All of our chicken got cold. I'm hot about this chicken, man. I'm hot about this barnyard pimp. I'm hot, man. My partner that was in front of me, he's super mad. He's super mad because when we finally walking back to the block, he like, man, this Buster, man, this scary fool, man, doing all this fronting, making a scene, got all our chicken cold. Mad about that. So the dude kind of walking as we going in. He kind of ahead of us as we going back into the block. He hear old boy talk about him. He hear him. He heard him when he say, man, this Buster, man, this woo woo woo. So now let me show you something. This dude been playing the tough role so long, he forgot who is who and what is what. You know what I'm saying? You forgot the people who was around you back when you first came to prison, and you was scared, and you was scared. So the dude going in, he like, man, ain't no busters right here. Ain't no busters right here. So my partner looked at me, he said, Tune, man, you. He say, Tune, man, you hear this chump, man? He say, Tune, man, you hear this chump, man? I'm like, yeah, man. I say, man, that fool tripping. He like, you got to be tripping. So when we go in, my partner, he had on some tennis shoes or something. Either he went to his bed and he took his tennis shoes off and put his state boots on, or he took his state boots off and put his tennis shoes on. Can't remember. That's what he went to his bed. So now the dude, when he come in, the news is on. A lot of people like to watch that news. He done sat right on the front row and he looking up at the news on the TV. The TV always up high. They try to keep the TV up high in case riots or fights or whatever, don't want to get it broke. So we sitting there looking. So my partner, I said, what you mean? He said, man, I'm finna check this punk, man. This fool, I don't know who he think he talking to. I know he a bro. Woo, woo, woo. So, I'm like, shoot, what's up? He like, man, I'm finna come around here. I'm like, all right. So, boom, he go around there. So he like, hey, man, man, what was all that? What was all that you was saying coming through the door? What was all that you was saying coming through the door? He like, man, what you talking about, man? He say, man, listen, man, you doing all of those stupid stuff in the kitchen. You got all our chicken cold. He say, hey, man, look here. Don't get tough with me. He say, boy, you know me. You know me. I was in West Jefferson when you first came to prison and got slapped down in the middle of the day room and didn't do nothing. He say, so don't get tough with me because you know what's up with me. So now everybody listening, they looking like, what? So now old boy looking around like, dang, the fool done pulled my whole card. I got to try to do something to save face. And he had to try to do something. But man, stop it. If it ain't in you, it ain't in you. So he jump up, he like, man, what you talking about? Ain't nobody never slapped me, and ain't nobody never gonna slap. Wow! Whoa! Man, my partner slapped him so hard, he sat back down on the bench. So when my partner slapped him, bow, he stepped back, he reached under his shirt. He had his hand under his shirt. He like, man, what's up? Man, what's up? What you gonna do? He had slapped old boy back to his senses. Slapped him back to his senses, made him realize you still the buster you was 6-7 years ago. You ain't nothing. Man, everybody looking her in the day room like, ooh, what? Ooh. Man, old boy talking about, man, that's effed up, man. That's effed up, man. That's effed up. So he go to walk off. So the homie tell me like, yeah, boy, and the fool, if you go get a knife, you better be willing to use it. You better be willing to use it. Because I'm telling you, you ain't going to leave here breathing. So the dude just walking. So I asked my partner, I'm like, shoot, wait, what's up? You think he going to get something? He bet not. Man, that chump ain't gonna do nothing. Chump ain't gonna do nothing. So we walked back to the bed, to his bed area in the back. So we sitting on the bed kicking it. We sitting on the bed kicking it. Man, I promise you about 2 hours later, man, the dude come back there. So when the dude coming back there, I tell my partner, I'm like, hey, man, here come this fool, man. Here come this fool. He's like, I see him. So I say, but look, I'm finna stand up and just move out the cut, because they call it a cut. When two beds, your locker, that's called a cut. So I said, I'm finna stand up and move out the way in case it gonna go. He like, yeah. So I stood up and moved out the cut. I'm standing with my arm at the foot of the top bunk's bed. So bang. So when the dude woke up, he look at me. I'm looking at him like, shoot, yeah, what's up? I'm giving him that look like, yeah, you finna get packed out. Yeah, you gonna get packed out. So anyway, he looked back at the dude. He said, man, can I holler at you, man? Can I holler at you? He like, yeah. Wasn't too many other people around. But now the whole day room, the whole dorm looking. He look at me, he like, man, can I holler at him? I'm like, shoot, man, go ahead and holler at him, man. I ain't stopping nothing. So he like, man, I just wanna, so the other dude like, man, look, anything you got to say, man, you can say in front of Toon, man, what's up? So he like, man, that's messed up, man. You slap me like that in front of everybody, man, and whoop, 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 wop, wop, wop. Go to breaking it down. So old boy said, man, listen, you the one jumped out of character. You the one. He said, man, let me show you something. He said, I've been around here. I've been here with you for a few months. He said, I've been watching you walk around, act tough, with your chest stuck out, lifting weights, scaring these dudes, trying to put down on them and whoop, whoop, whoop. He said, but he said, I ain't saying nothing about it. Do what you do. He said, but don't come at me with that mess. He said, because I know who you are. I know who you are, and I know what you got going on. He say, so man, don't come at me with that. Only reason why I came with you, because you doing dumb stuff in the kitchen and got my chicken busted. He say, man, stay the F out my lane. Don't get in my lane for nothing. And you ain't got to worry about me getting in your lane. If you want to run around here and act tough and scare these fools, that's on you. I could care less. But don't come at me with it. When I show up, you better act accordingly. So the dude like, yeah, man, I just don't, you know what I'm saying? All right, man, I just don't want you running around, you know what I'm saying? Like telling people about what happened back in the day. He said, man, he said, man, I ain't no broad. I don't do no gossiping. He said, whatever you got going, that's your business, but stay out my way. He said, man, you got that, man. I'm gonna stay out your way, man. You got that. He like, all right, well, then we cool. Then we ain't got no problem. So the dude got off the bunk and left. And I noticed that he wanted to make it seem like he came back over there to get some straightening, because everybody's sitting all around on their bunks, around on the wall. They looking. So, you know, I guess he kind of called himself saving face, like he came back there to put down and check something or whatever. I don't know what he thought he was doing. But anyway, we stayed there for a minute till I end up getting transferred. I left them both there. I ended up getting transferred. But that's how stuff go, man. Dudes will be tough until somebody tougher show up, you know. That's how it is in prison. Always remember, I don't care how tough you are, how big you are, how bad you are. There's always going to be, sooner or later, somebody tougher or somebody bigger, you know? And it goes down. So anyway, man, look, in the meantime, between time, man, tell the people you love them, homie. And don't forget, homie, I represent the gangsters, homie. The Avalon gangsters. I'm out. Peace. When I fall, then you pop. Don't nobody drop, you better bring it to the block. Then fuck the cops, you better squeeze until it's empty. I put that on 50, she's with it, how you hit me? Hey gang, swing game, what it looks at. 5 tray, yeah, third that. 4 8, 8 8, 11 6. So when you slide down the 8, you're getting clapped at. Handies up until my days up, say